These projects are designed to cultivate multiple skill sets that complement a series of videos created for the purpose of acquiring a foundational knowledge of the Python programming language. These projects will cover coding both console-based and GUI applications. tk-enter is a Python binding to the tk-GUI toolkit, and its framework is built into Python's standard library, so it does not require the installation of any additional modules. This makes tk-enter a convenient choice for building graphical interfaces for Python applications. All source code in these videos is available at the 1byte at a time GitHub repository. You will find a link to the code used in each video beneath it, in its description and comments section. You may use these links to download the source code.
This project was part of a fun Google Foobar challenge. I didn't even know these existed till I got one on Google just by chance or by accident. But what it is, occasionally, for some random and unknown reason, you'll get an invitation to go to this link. And then if you sign in, Google has code challenges that you can try just for fun. And this is kind of fun. It was really fun. It was, but basically it was a otherwise hidden or unknown part of Google to me and until I got an invitation. And then you have assignments, all right? And let me just list some documents here. So whatcatjournal.txt. Oh, I gotta spell it right first. Believe it or not, I'm actually in my car typing. That's it's kind of an awkward position. But success, you managed to infiltrate Commander Lambda's evil organization and finally earned yourself an entry-level position as a minion on their space station. From here, you just might be able to subvert Commander Lambda's plans to use the Lamb Chop Doomsday device to destroy Bunny Planet. Problem is, minions are the lowest of the low in the Lambda hierarchy. Better buck up and get working, or you'll never make it to the top. Next time Bunny HQ needs someone to infiltrate a space station to rescue bunny workers, you're going to tell them to make sure stay up for 48 hours straight scrubbing toilets is part of the job description. It's only fair to warn people after all. All right, so let me just start here. And then to request a challenge, help for the commands and so forth. But basically, you can get different code challenges, and this is a solution I found to their first challenge. I haven't taken the second challenge yet. This is their first challenge, and this was, to me, it was just a lot of fun in Python. And the first challenge looked like this. All right, so and it was just presented like that. And then you can enter the Python code and you have to run it according to their, their specifications. So let's take a look at the code for that then and look at the constraints. All right, criteria for the challenge. And this is for Python. There was also a Java version, but this is Python. And this is actually just good practice with lists, iterables, array objects on Python. So that's the reason why I'm including it here. Just good practice. So here are the constraints. You've caught two of your fellow minions passing coded notes back and forth while they're on duty, no less. Worse, you're pretty sure it's not job related. They're both huge fans of the space soap opera Lance and Janice. You know how much Commander Lambda hates waste, so if you can prove that these minions are wasting time passing non-job related notes, it'll put you that much closer to a promotion. Fortunately for you, the minions aren't exactly advanced cryptographers in their code, and here's what you have to think of when you code the solution. Every lowercase letter is replaced with the corresponding one in reverse. So A to Z and Z to A. And the way I did this, there were constraints, a lot of different types of modules and built-in functionality in Python that we weren't allowed to use. So I just created a forward alphabet list or array object and a reverse alphabet list or array object. Every other character, including uppercase letters and punctuation, is left untouched. So you need to iterate through every single character. and find its inverse or reverse if it's lowercase in the alphabet. If it's not lowercase, you need to leave it alone, or punctuation, leave it right where it stands. So, for example, in their love letter code, A becomes Z, B becomes Y, C becomes X, etc. So, for instance, the word VMXIBKGRLM, when decoded, would become encryption. Okay? So write a function called solution, which takes a string and returns a deciphered string. Then you can show the command of proof that these minions are talking about Lance and Janice instead of doing their job. Code should pass the following test cases. It may not run against hidden test cases. In other words, a solution, if I pass this in, I should return or decrypt to the result, did you see last night's episode? If I pass this in, I should return or decrypt to, yeah, I can't believe Lance lost his job at the colony. All right, so let's look at the code. For my solution, here's my two list objects, a forward alphabet, a reverse alphabet, and then an empty array descrambled, which we can append the decrypted results to. An alphabet counter starts out at 0. For y and x, okay, and whatever we're going to iterate through when we pass it into the solution, if we pass on a string value, each one of those would be considered an array of type character, right? A character array. So x comes in, so for y and x, and then we're going to look at, we want to make sure that is it, alpha, if it's alphanumeric, and then is it lowercase, okay? And then for z and alphabet, and we're just going to, increment alphabet counter. And then we're going to append, and reverse A, that's a reverse alphabet. And remember, the fence posts are the off by 1 era, so we're going to subtract 1. So in this case, the alphabet counter, we're going to append that to our array. So if it's lowercase, and if it's not, punctuation or some other type of character, it has to be alphanumeric in this case, then we will, append the corresponding inverse or reversed value in reverse A from alphabet, all right? Otherwise, we're just going to append. We're not going to do anything if it's not lowercase, if it's capitalized, or if it's a punctuation mark. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to append that. And then convert it to 0. And then we're going to join all those characters together into a string and assign that to result. And we'll return result when the solution method or function ends, okay? And to just see how that works, I've already ran it down there a bit. All right, so it meets all the test conditions, right? If we pass in down here this value, it returns encryption. And if we pass in this value, it returns, yeah, I can't believe Lance lost his job at the colony. And then this value here would be, did you see last night's episode? So it's just a fun project, Google Foobar project.